This is the Lockpicker 1969, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to our premiere episode of Interview with a Lockpicker. And today's guest for this premiere episode is Lady Locks. Say hello, Lady Locks.
Hello, everybody.
So, I'll just dive right into the questions. So, how long have you been into lockpicking?
I've actually been lockpicking for, I'm going to say around 7 months.
Okay, yeah, I think that's around the time I met you.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah, I'm pretty
close.
sure, I'm pretty sure it was right around then.
Okay, so how did you get into lockpicking?
Well, you know what? I was on YouTube, and I don't know if I was listening to music or whatever, but anyways, I was watching just a random something video, and this survivalist guy came on, and he's like, "Yeah, you need to know how to open locks. Like, if there's ever something, and you need to know how to get into it. Get into a lock with, you can use this." And he pulls out a couple paper clips. He's like, "Just always keep them with you." Blah blah blah, and he just goes over to like this master lock, and he like bent up the clips and popped it open, and I'm just like, yeah, there's no way you could do that in real life. Like, I'm just thinking like that he's probably practiced that a million times. Like, that's not something you can do. So of course, that being the
You had to
type of
try.
person I am, yeah. So I went down and bought me a master lock from the store, and like went to the dollar store and bought paper clips. And I come home and I'm like, yeah, watch, this ain't happening. So anyways, I bent him up and I watched the video again. I'm like, yeah, okay, here we go. And I don't, I got that master lock right open. So I was like, dude, I want to start trying to learn how to pick locks. So I
Right.
went on Amazon and I ordered me a lock picking kit, and I started collecting locks from the hardware store right after that because I knew my lock picking kit was coming, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick like every lock. I can't wait, and I have ever since.
Cool. So I just happen to know that you participate in the belt ranking. So what color belt are you?
I am currently a brown belt.
And what was there any one requirement with any of the belts that was daunting for you?
Yeah, it was not daunting, but just to me, I was like that. It was kind of annoying because I didn't want to really feel like making a challenge lock. Like, I like to pick locks. I don't want to make them, but I get why, why it's a requirement and everything like that. But I just kind of like I was like, it's not going to be fun. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'll just make one, and I have to do it, so let's get her done. And of course, then I made made a couple pins, and then I was up till like 3 in the morning, like, yes, I'm gonna make another one. I just kept on making all
See,
this stuff.
it is fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wish I could like make the pins as good as some of these guys. Like,
Oh
just
yeah.
if I had all the equipment and stuff, I'd probably be one of those evil-minded challenge lock makers because
Yep.
they're just so, you get obsessed, and I thought there was a chance that could happen. Like, I'd get obsessed with it, and I was like, I don't need another obsession. Like, I spent enough money on locks. Now I have to get
Yeah.
pinning kits and all kind of stuff. But I've been tame about it. I have two locks that I promised I would I would make somebody, like, or two other people, and then I'll probably you know probably just take a till I get some more other locks picked, and then I'll start
Yep.
making them again. But I have to just make two. That's all I have left.
Okay. So is there a brand or brands of picking tools you prefer, and why?
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just say this. My absolute favorite at this moment, I'm gonna have to say it. It's not the monkey paw anymore. It's my Jimmy Long's ones. My Jimmy Long's picks.
Oh, I love Jimmy Longs.
Dude, I can't even tell you how many locks I got open with these things. Like, ridiculous. And I swear to God, like, you don't need any other pick for a long time. Like, I
Hey,
haven't even touched another pick. I've just used the three that I got in the little set. Like, they're
I
perfect.
just
I was like,
ordered.
yeah, I'm gonna need more. I wish he made more,
Yeah.
of different sizes and stuff. But then I started picking with them, and I haven't needed anything else. But the monkey paw is really my favorite profile, but I've been
Well,
doing pretty good with these Jimmy Longs, though, I've
his
got to say.
his flat short hook. I've actually
Yeah,
just ordered a bunch of extras of that because I love that particular
yeah.
pick.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I just won a giveaway, and don't you know that his were the three, the little three set was in there, and I was like, yes.
awesome, very cool.
Yeah.
So is it? I mean, Jimmy Long's is a brand. You're the brand you prefer, or I mean, is that because
My
I
favorite brand is Sparrows. Like I'd have to say overall is Sparrows, just because they have a lot of different profiles. I think they have quite a few that are actually like useful profiles and not just kind of like, stuff to throw in there to make you, have a full set
fluff
and you never use them.
fluff.
I mean, they do have that too, but you can order singles. I like that you can order just one or two if you just want one or two of any pick that they have. There's multiple sizes. Like they just have a big variety. So, and their monkey paw, like I said, that's my favorite profile. What else? The lunatic. That's another one of my favorite profiles. So
Okay,
that's probably my favorite
so
brand
so you
overall.
would call that your go-to pick.
Yes,
Okay.
100%. Yep.
Okay, so do you have a specific lock or lock brand that's your favorite, and why?
Yeah. Uh,
And do you go out of your way to collect them?
you know what? I don't know that I can say I have a favorite. I mean, I love them all so much. I really am digging the Abus. I like a lot of the different Abuses. When I pick them up and go to pick them, they're always just like not. They're nice to pick. They give you a little bit of a challenge, and no matter what one it is, I picked like a titanium, and that one was like it has a little bit of a it takes a minute. It's not something that's hard, but it's like a comfort lock. And then Jay Gabriel actually sent me I think it's a 7640, and it's a 8 pin lotto lock,
Wow,
which was really cool. And that's probably my favorite um, probably my favorite one to pick because it's just like kind of like a comfort lock and it's 8 pins. I mean, you gotta love that.
cool. Okay, so what would you say was the most difficult lock you've ever successfully picked open, and why?
Yeah, let's see. I'll say up to this point, I'll say successfully the DC 500, just because it just was a pain in the butt.
I'm working
I
on that
mean,
one right now myself.
good luck.
Yeah,
They're very
I've got it
you
progressively pinned
it
down
took
to
me
4 pins
for
right
my
now.
video it took me 13 minutes, and I don't know if you've seen my videos, but normally
Oh
I
yeah,
try to keep them try to get
yep.
the quickest opens on video that I can do, and make it so that people aren't getting bored watching it and stuff like that. But this one, man, that was my fastest, was 13 minutes.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that was just
So
like every time you picked something, something else would fall, and you don't know which one fell. And there's trees
yeah,
in there, so they
yep.
just keep. You don't know if you're on the second part of the tree or the last part or the
Yeah,
first part. I mean,
I think I figured out the trees, so it's just a matter of getting them down pat. So
yeah,
so which
yeah.
so do you have a lock that you would call your nemesis? You can't open it. It frustrates you, but you keep coming back to it because you have to.
I would say hmm, I don't really have one that. I mean, right now, yeah, I could say there's a couple nemesis, but they're the ones that like I know I'm far from getting open, but I have to get them open to get to my next belt things and stuff like that. But my nemesis lock that I just don't get along with and I just don't like is like the American 1100 for sure. That's 100% my worst one. I just every time I think oh, I'm gonna pick this one. It's such nice lock to pick, and then all of a sudden I can't get it open, and just they trick me every single time somehow.
It's the lock imps.
Yes, it is the lock imps. I have my theory about those lock imps, and I swear.
So, are there any? Would you say you have any funny moments that you like to share as a lock picker?
Mm, I had one of the lock imps poop out a spring on me when I was picking my very first American 1100, and I thought, I couldn't get it open. It didn't take me long to get the 1100 open, but I was getting nervous because a lot of pickers I was seeing on there, like, oh, I've had it for a month now, still haven't gotten it. So I'm thinking, like, it's going to be this huge battle to get this lock open. But it only took me pretty much a day. I had it open the next day, but that day I got it, I'm trying to pick it, and it's in my hand, and I'm picking it, and all of a sudden this spring comes out, and I'm just like, where? What did I do? And I'm like, maybe this is why I can't open it. Like maybe it's like the spring came out or something. I don't know. And like I was pretty new. I mean, like super new to lockpicking. So I'm like, I don't know. So I got it, and there was nothing missing from the lock.
Hmm.
Nothing at all. Every spring was in there,
That's
and they were
bizarre.
all like a gold color, like a nice those
Yeah.
brass,
Yep.
real nice color. The spring that got pooped out on me was brown. It was a brown spring,
Hmm.
and I should have
That's
known right
weird.
then and there, like, just
Yeah.
stay away from the 1100s because they just don't like you.
Okay.
That's
So,
about the funniest moment I had. I got pooped on. So
well, I guess that leads into the next question. Have you ever had the doldrums? And if you have, how long did they last for? And how did they affect you?
I have had the doldrums. I got it probably in the middle of probably about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, in the middle of like my picking, and I just couldn't get anything open, and I don't know if I was going through a stressful time in my life or what, but yeah, I've definitely been in the doldrums, and it was probably good few days. I was kind of just like thinking, well, I probably shouldn't be lock picking anymore. I can't get anything open. Like I just lost
Mm-hmm.
my touch. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I kind of just quit picking for a couple days and just forgot all, like, just kind of took my mind off of picking, which is very hard to do as a lock
Yeah.
picker, that.
Yep.
And but then when I came back, dude, I was popping locks open left and right. I was like, geez. So I mean, everything that I saw in that video of fish picks was true. Like you get the doldrums, and then you come back and you actually are a better picker than you were before you got in the doldrums.
Yeah. Well, so have you ever broken any picks? And
I have broken a couple.
if so, what profiles?
I broke a monkey paw, and that was like recently, and I think it was just literally from overuse because
Fatigue. Yep.
I use that on
Oh
every
yeah.
single lock it will fit in, and some that it doesn't like to fit in. Like I'll squeeze it in, and it'll take me extra long to get the lock open because I just am too ridiculous to go grab a slimmer profile. But I just think I overused the crap out of it because it literally broke right where the handle started. So it was just like so worn out and like so old. It was like that poor thing was so abused.
So do you?
And huh?
I was gonna say, do you keep spares?
Oh yeah, I've got my spare. Definitely got a couple of the monkey paws as spares, and now I will have a spare set of the Jimmy Longs, which I'm gonna need because
Oh yeah.
mine are looking rough already. Because I've literally just burned through them like I've used them so much.
Well, thankfully they're not expensive and they're amazing picks. So
No, they're my favorite, and they're super super great
yep.
price.
Yep. So what was or has there been a single aha moment that you can remember in your lockpicking journey? Something that changed lockpicking for you or had an impact that affected you as a lockpicker?
I don't know. I would say maybe when I started getting like a harder lock, I think I went and tried that 3003 because I think it was just like up there on, like, I went from like the Abus. Um, what was I picking right before I got that 3003? It was something so like an easy lock. I think I was picked the Titanium, and then I was like, I'm gonna
Yep.
try this DC 3003.
That's
So I
nice.
got one of them, and it was like super hard compared to what I was picking.
That
Because I
sounds
went
familiar.
through them
Yep.
pretty quick. Like I was picking the master locks, Then I picked the 1100, then the titanium. Then I think I went from that to like the DC 3003,
Oh
which
yeah,
is like
you
harder
you
lock.
just
And I think I just got the
took
aha
off.
moment when I got that, when I picked it for like 60 hours. It was like
Well,
60 hours of picking, and I finally got it open, and it was
well,
like it was. After that, I think the very next open I did on that, I videoed it, and it was 3 minutes. I got it open in 3 minutes after that. So that just shows you, like, once you actually get a lock open and learn and put the time in to learn it, it's just like everything all of a sudden just clicks perfectly.
yeah,
That's pretty much like an aha moment. But
because
I think everybody gets that with every
yeah,
new harder lock that they
you
pick probably.
skipped, you went right from green to brown belt, and that was due to some pretty tough locks that you had picked and put up on your channel, from what I remember.
Yeah, yeah, I picked some pretty tough ones. I've gotten some that the DC 500 is actually a red belt lock. It's like a low red belt, but it's still a red belt. I mean,
Yep,
that was like a really super hard one.
cool.
Um,
So,
yeah, I've picked a lot of pretty good, pretty tough ones.
who or what was most influential in your development as a lockpicker?
Hmm.
Could be a
Well,
YouTuber, could be another picker.
yeah, I've really liked Lock Noob. I watched a lot of his stuff. I would watch it over and over and over. Um, didn't realize, like, at those times, that there was like a whole community of lock pickers and stuff until I got on Facebook. And then just everybody on Facebook. I mean, like, everybody, all you guys have helped me at one time or another, whether it was just like a comment on a question I had or anything. Like, everybody in the community is very supportive and helpful. I think everybody's influenced my picking.
Okay. All right, last question. So, you have a significant other, correct?
Yes,
What did they think about your lock picking hobby?
they do not understand my lock picking hobby one single bit, because I'll sit in here and get something open and jump up and down like super excited. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look what I just did. And I get like, well, isn't that what you did yesterday too? Like, didn't you open a
Yeah,
lock yesterday? Didn't you open a lock 10 minutes ago? Why
yeah,
are you so like, I just don't get it. And then I'll be like, oh, I want this lock. I want that lock. Like, instead of like jewelry or something, I'll be like, can you get me this? And he's
or
just like,
or
really?
tools. Yeah, yeah. No, I get that from my wife. She's like, "That's nice, honey."
And from what I understand, you have an entire pick set that you keep upstairs so you can pick while you're watching TV.
Yep, with her. Yep, you got it. Yep,
I think I do the same thing.
yep.
I'll take my pick set with me in a lock when I know it's going to be a long day at work, and I'll just, like,
Full
if
set
I
of
have time, I'll pick a
full
lock. I
sets
think
of.
I have like a few pictures of opens in the car that I've gotten
Yep,
because
I've seen those.
I've actually gotten them in the car.
No, those are full sets of Peterson and Jimmy Longs.
That's what you have upstairs
Yep,
too?
yep, yep.
Yep.
In pick
And you
rolls.
just take locks with you, but you leave the
Yep.
picks. Is that right?
I leave the picks. That way I don't drag them back and forth.
There you go.
Yep. That way I can pick spontaneously. All right. You know
Exactly.
what? This has been great. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. And as the premiere episode, as always, you're great. Very
Thank
giving
you.
of your time. I very much appreciate that. It's been a definite journey since I've gotten to know you over these last, 6, 7 months probably now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but so um, going forward, for our listeners, I'm looking for people that would be interested in being interviewed, or if you know somebody that you would like to see interviewed and you would like to recommend them, either put something in the comments to that effect or offer up to be interviewed, or you can email me at thelockpicker1969 at gmail.com and either make your suggestion, or you can offer to be interviewed and I will get back with you. I want to thank everybody that tuned in to listen to this today and listen to this interview. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to hit the subscribe and hit the notifications all so that you could be notified of new content when it comes out, like this interview. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.